All right, in this video I want to briefly talk about the principle of diversification. So you've heard the adage, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Uh, that principle is simple. Why would you not want to put all your eggs in one basket? Because if you drop your basket, all of your eggs break. So the principle of diversification means we should spread our wealth across a number of different assets, just in case one of the assets that we've bought plummets, breaks, crashes, whatever. All of our wealth isn't tied up in that one asset. Okay, so that's the principle of diversification. Here's a graph to help us understand that, and then we're going to apply it to some of the problems that we worked previously. So here you see that I have risk on the left, on the y-axis, and I have the number of assets that I'm invested in on the x-axis. All right. So here at the origin, right here, I have 0 assets that I've invested in. Right here, I've invested in 1 asset, 2 assets, 5 assets, 10 assets, and so on. And you notice that as the number of assets increases, I'm able to reduce the level of risk that I face through the principle of diversification. But notice that I'm decreasing my risk at a decreasing rate to the point that I can no longer decrease this risk anymore. That is, this curve will level off. It creates an asymptote, what's the statisticians use, and there comes a point that I can't diversify away any more of that risk. So the risk that I can diversify away is called idiosyncratic risk. Another word for idiosyncratic would be firm-specific risk. So risk specific to the firms that I've invested in. Systematic risk is the portion of risk that I cannot diversify away, and another word for systematic risk is market risk, market-wide risk. You can think of an event like a recession that is going to affect every asset negatively, almost every asset negatively, right? However, some firms will have less exposure to that negative market event than other firms. Think, for example, of look at 2 retail shops, Walmart and Nordstrom, right? Nordstrom's a little higher end, Walmart is not. And so during a period of recession, certainly Walmart sales will go down because there's going to be less money in the economy. However, Walmart sales won't go down by as much as Nordstrom's sales. Does that make sense? And so certainly the risk that we cannot diversify away is systematic risk, and different assets that we hold will have different exposures to those to that systematic risk. This is the principle of diversification. When we increase the number of assets, we reduce the risk to a certain level.